Good morning. I'm Leanne Ezijiwi. It's a very beautiful morning. Everyone has started going about their daily activities. Parents are at work, kids are at school. I am here doing my thing. Speaking of kids being at school, it's really rare for you to see any kid around at this time of the day. Every parent wants the best for their kids, except of course for those who cannot afford to send their kids to school. But for the average parents, all of their kids are at school. They want their kids to achieve greatness. My colleague, I have a colleague who has two kids, and he intends for one of his kids to be a footballer and for the other to be a Formula One driver. That's actually how we want the best for our kids. We hope that we our kids we can achieve everything we could achieve in life. They are sort of like our retirement savings, so to say. But while asking for the best for our kids, we as Nigerians, do we actually give them the best? Yes, we send them to school. According to us, the way we reason, that's the best for every kid to go to school, to learn as much as they can, so as to get the best life. So we tell them, go to school, study hard, read your books, and you're going to be great, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a lawyer, which is what we put into their minds. So from that early stage, they have it in their subconscious, I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to be an engineer, I'm going to be this or that. But they really do not know what talents they have. Speaking of talent, how do people develop their talents? You cannot know what you can do until you try it out. We only have kids going to school. We have them, they go to school in the morning, they close about say 3, 4, and after school we expect them to come back home and begin with home lessons, have their homeworks, perhaps watch a little bit of TV, and that's about all that happens in the life of every Nigerian kid. School, school, school. We do not have extracurricular activities for our kids. Say for instance, in foreign countries, after school they've got cheerleading practices, they've got football practice, they've got lots of activities that actually keep them busy and makes them all-round balanced kids. But in Nigeria, it's always school. We really do not want our kids to play. When you hear, my father never let my brothers go out to play football. It was actually irresponsible to him to have him play football with other kids on the streets or to have him play tennis. Actually, it was punishable, which is how we Nigerian parents reason. We believe for our kids to be successful, they have to go to school. So we end up with adults who have achieved the highest certificates. We have people with master's degrees, we have people with PhDs in this or that. But afterwards, what can we offer to society? Nothing. We are very good at going to school, we are very good at cramming, at passing exams, but we are horrible at giving to life what is necessary. We are horrible at adding value to this life. Why? Because we do not have it. You can't give what you do not have. Kids are naturally hyperactive. They want to try out new things. Their bones are still, malleable. You can mold them to be what you want them to do. Okay, right now the Winter Olympics game is going on. How many Nigerians do we have representing there? We really do not have Nigerians who are very good at sports, except say for football and the very, common sports. But other sports, how many Nigerians do we have representing us? None. These are sports that could actually increase the GDP of the country, but we really do not have people representing in those areas. Why? Because we do not encourage our kids to go into stuff like this. In other developed nations, you see kids as little as 6, 7, 8. They already know what their talent is for. I can't say for Nigeria because we do not encourage our kids. Let us bear in mind that whatever you want the child to be, it's never too early to start building the child to become what you want them to be. It's always encouraging to, push your children, give them the chance to go around, to explore and discover what they ought to do. I, as an adult, it took me a while to discover what I needed to do. Why? Because all I knew to do was to go to school, to read, and to read. And after school, what else am I supposed to do other than read? Because I was used to reading. But after, as an adult, I chose to go around, explore things, of course, against the will of my parents, because they believe after school, the next thing, just go into the bank and start working, go into a prestigious organization and start working. But it took me time to go around, to explore, try out this, fail at this, try out that, fail at that. Of course, if I had started earlier, it would have meant me being successful at what I'm doing right now at a very tender age. But I started later, and that meant, well, I arrived there fine. But what about those who do not get to arrive there in the long run, who spend the rest of their lives frustrated, trying to discover what they can do, trying to, polish their skills? That's for those who already know what skills they have. it's really disheartening. So we as parents should really try, while giving our children the best education, we should also give them a balanced life. A child with a balanced life makes for a creative adult, makes for a fine adult, the kind that can stand at par with their counterparts from other countries, and actually makes us a great nation because we can be proud of our product. So it is encouraged that parents, while educating their kids, should educate them all round. Well, this is where I draw the curtain for today. There's more where that came from. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm hoping you give me the chance to keep doing this all the time. But until then, like I said earlier, I'm Leon Easy. Let's give our kids the best because they are the future of tomorrow. Thank you.